Andrea. Hi.
With what is alive here right now for me and Yatran. I mean, the question is not here yet, but anyway, I would love to speak it. Or at least it feels as if there's nothing to do in it. before I wanted to ask you, but in a way it seems to be clear that I tried so hard and but wanted to improve and do this and that, and somehow it feels to be such a good place.
What I feel when I'm sitting with you is there's such an interest in being true to, I would say, love. And even if it, no matter what it brings up. And so even though there's a touch, there's a knowing that you're kind of true to what you love the most. So there's a willingness to be with the sensations that come up. I don't know if that resonates for you, but that's the way it feels here.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And I must say, it's just so beautiful to, during this week, there was several moments where I could really see, I mean, even more see Yatran in his essence. And this is just poof. Yeah, it's yeah, nothing to add to this in a way. So much appreciation. Thank you.
Feet.
Hi.
Hi, feet.
A touch seems to have appeared. Old information, Lelling says it's about being threatened to death, to leave the body in close immediacy, being close. This is what's on the screen.
I heard the words, but I didn't really get what the words were pointing at. Could you say it in another way?
Yeah, sure. Being intimate, physically intimate,
Okay.
and close, in closeness,
Mhm.
physical immediacy,
Okay.
and old information. And it has always been known it is there in the system. And now it seems to be more accessible.
Ah, fantastic.
Yeah.
when you say there's activation, what do you notice?
Restlessness,
So restlessness.
kind of restlessness, and being fast. Can be aliveness, can also be fight, flight.
Yeah.
The interpretation says it's about fight, flight, nothing
Okay.
else, but this
Yeah.
is only interpretation. Sure.
Yeah. And in whatever's rising, what's the capacity to just be here with it?
At the moment, at the second, you precisely, please. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's,
At the
yeah,
moment,
now
with
it's
whatever,
and now
yeah.
it's loud.
Yeah. With whatever's rising, what's the capacity to just simply be present?
I don't hear you at the moment.
Yeah, no, I see you keep freezing.
I said I don't hear you. Sorry.
I know. You keep freezing on my screen, so I don't know whether it's your connection or mine.
Same. Now it's going.
So my question was, with whatever's rising,
No. Keep.
doesn't
Yeah.
seem like it.
Don't hear anything.
Yeah, it's not it's not possible to have a conversation now.
Yeah. I didn't understand.
It, it wasn't possible to have a conversation at that moment, Feet. I don't know if you can hear this, but yeah, you dropped off my screen as in full screen. Can't hear you, Feet. Something's wrong with the connection.
Can you hear me? Can you see me again?
It's sporadic, so it's not really possible to have a conversation. Or it wasn't. I don't know how it is now.
Okay. I understand. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hi, Isaac.
Good evening, good morning.
Good evening. Good morning. What are you noticing?
Again, these are just words to try to describe sensations, but like this real deep interest in meeting deeply and in the patterns that kind of play in that interest.
At the moment, I'm doing some SE sessions with somebody on the belly to stay more anchored in the belly, because there's a tendency to go up quite fast. So yeah, I'm a bit focused on that now.
These are just words, Sylvie, and just if they resonate, then you can play with them. But it seems like the system has been working around avoiding hurt happening.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a capacity starting to happen, being able to be with sensations of hurt. And the other side of that is the automatic wanting to control experience and not letting it happen. You could say it like that.
Yeah, it's shifting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I feel what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's like this funny, it seems like in the human domain, you could say, there's this wanting to be special, and it's not it's not, nobody has the patent on that, so to speak. It's pretty universal. And then wanting to be free. It's like this
Fight.
yeah, this internal dynamic, you could say. It's like when I say wanting to be free, it's like this wanting to be authentic and not suppress
Mhm.
and hide how life wants to express with us. So it's like this, and this might just all be just speaking about patterns and me, so please, if it doesn't resonate, throw it
No,
out.
it resonates totally. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a master in avoiding feelings and things, and
I wouldn't say it's you, I'd just say it's the patterns in you.
yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's the patterns, you know, that's the thing. It's like these patterns play because our ancestry, you know, they've also been having to deal with being alive.
Yeah.
And that in their aliveness, you know, there can be it's like how to navigate our sexuality and sensuality in a way that feels truly authentic to who we are. So it's tricky territory, because it's like, can we be alive in it and trust
Life in a way.
trust life and trust our capacity to be
Yeah.
discerning and see what's appropriate for us. And also, you know, like with whomever we relating with it. And it's interesting because, you know, it's like it plays differently, like with, you could say, colleagues or friends or children, and then partners, whatever we want to call it. It's like, so we're all in that, somewhere in that journey, you know. It's like how naked and raw and vulnerable can we be and allow our hearts to meet sweetly, and then seeing, you know, what's true for us in terms of expressing and allowing the deepest touches of flow, where, you know, it's like and it seems to me like what happens with in most of us is that we use morality or in order to avoid really exploring that edge, rather than our inner compass. It's not based on conditioning or societal pressures or perspectives, but really seeing what's true in us. It's yes. And yet there's a yearning to be alive in that inquiry. It feels like in you and many of us. And, so, yeah.
Yeah, it takes baby steps, I think, because my sister
Yeah.
was so controlling and
Oh, yeah. So, you know, that's, and so you're in that exploration now, and it's like gently finding your way. That's it. It's like there's no right way and there's no wrong way. There's nobody that can tell you for you, because it's really beautiful, Sylvie.
thank you.
Curious, when I talk like this, what happens in our Sangha?
It's getting warm here and it feels like a real meeting.
Beautiful, yeah. You know, it's like that interest to really go deep with in the connection, and at the same time sometimes in that wanting to go deep, it's like cutting off authenticity in a certain way in order to try and get that depth, which tends to fuck it up. Anyway. That's true.
Hi, Isaac.
For a moment. And just checking with the Sangha. Was that useful for anybody in the Sangha? Just that exploration, just, I mean, I know that's all we ever talk about, but it's this, just to see it so clearly, that was a really beautiful and, in my view, beautiful. Yeah. So thanks, yeah. Pete.
Can I come back, Isaac?
Sure, with pleasure.
Yeah,
Let's
great.
see if we.
Great.
how it
I
makes
couldn't
sense.
receive your last guiding in the last dialogue because of the internet.
Yeah, no worries.
And it seems like it has been answered now.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How can it be said that simple? It's again and again. How can it be that simple? Yeah, you please.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it seems complex, but really and truly it is simple.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's like what we call Maya is when the movements kind of stack up on each other and they seem personal, where there's a way that our system gets involved that produces a sense of identification. Then it's very tricky to see through it because it's looking through layers. But once we started, you know, take them apart and just see what's right here, there's not much. It's just here.
Yeah, and on the other hand, even this movement to one time for forever, wanting to stay right here, noticing in the simplicity of the moment. Adds, yeah.
So this idea of staying right here,
Yeah. It creates the same.
it's an idea.
Yeah,
You are right here.
Yeah. It's even known. Yeah. Yeah, and still there is a veil, a fog.
Where?
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, and this
Where's
is the next idea, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hands off.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Isaac.
Fantastic, Pete. Thanks. James. James, there's on the bottom left, there's a little red button that unmutes you. Cool.
Oh, yes.
I hear you.
Yes. Hi, Isaac.
Hi,
Yeah,
James.
I just like to hold the presence of a friend of mine called Patricia in the space, and
Oh, welcome.
she's close to leaving the body through cancer, you know. So
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
just
beautiful. Let's
yeah.
just tune in and
Yeah.
she's welcome.
you know.
I know, you know, we have this perspective that there's someone that leaves the body,
Mm.
and yet if we look, we can see that. How do we know there's a bodying activity here? Because it's an activity. Yeah, it's like it's not a noun, it's a verb. It's a.
Yeah.
If we look from that perspective, we can see that this bodying activity is something that we're aware of. We sense it.
Yeah.
So literally what that means is that this bodying activity is appearing in who we are. It's the other way around. We're not in the body. You know, the bodying is in us, appearing in that which we are.
Yeah.
So it's a shift from the sense of personal me that has a sense I'm in the body to a recognition of this universe, this bodying, time, space, everything is appearing in awareness, in my true nature. So, and yet I understand, you know, that's a transition that happened. It seems like it's inherent in this life journey that's part of this journey, you could say.
Yeah.
But then you see deeper, it's like,
Yeah, just this this tricky tricky dualistic language.
yes, no, it is like, but it is, you know, look, we've grown up in this, from that perspective, you could say that's been our conditioning through school, through everything. Always referencing, you could say, this sense of I, rather than the recognition of what that sense of I appears in. So of course, then you know, then we would speak about leaving the body or something like that. And I understand it's tricky. How do you speak about it? Yes, there's this transition happening where it looks like there's someone that's dying. I get it. You know, so get it. It's like, of course, we all know that.
Yeah.
Nothing right with it, nothing wrong with it. It's just a seed perspective, and it's welcome, and then there's something deeper.
And of course, illusion that we have control over even the body
Yeah.
functioning is just evaporating, I guess. So,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's so clear. This bodying activity is doing it's too vast for anyone to have
Yeah.
control over. It's like most of I'd say we have no idea what's going on in it. It's doing its own dance, and then you go to the doctor and they say, "Oh, you're dying." Okay, well, shit, I didn't even know it. You know, it's like, why? I thought there might be something going on with.
Yeah. 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 It's a mystery.
It is. It's,
Mystery at the end of the day. I can't figure it out. I give up.
no, I mean, it's just like you know, once you recognize there's like trillions of cells, trillions of them, some of them bacteria, some of them viruses, and, you know, they all need to kind of function in a balanced way for this expression that we call this body to continue. And, but it's, yeah, you know,
Yeah. I mean, I can't even really say I know what's going on now.
we never
yeah.
know. That's the bottom line. That's the whole
Yeah.
thing. It's just,
Yeah.
but it's beautiful, you know, like here's someone that's
Yeah.
close to you, or like, how could you say, even close to you is not the right thing. It's someone that you have a heart connection with, that you know, and she's in this process, or like that process is happening, and then supporting, just that transition can be beautiful and sweet, and
Yeah.
but really it's moment by moment by moment, and the transition, of course, is an important transition, but it's like it is moment by moment. Has she reached the point in her journey where she's accepting what's happening, or is there still a fight with it?
Yes. Well, yes, others in the group are more kind of, in a way, closer. So they're managing her care and looking after her, and yeah, there's been a kind of ego struggle, you know. Maybe the sense of trying to control or something. But yeah, she expressed the wish, Patricia, to who was it, said, Muhammad, die before you die. She wishes to die before she dies. And,
Well, how beautiful.
so yeah,
Yeah.
and just absorb in the infinite.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, amen. Yeah.
You know, and so it's that dying before you die, it's not a doing, it's just a recognition that you are already who you are. It's just kind of the identification with being someone falls away. It's just like the direct recognition that who you always are, even in this moment. And that sense of someone that could die before you die is actually an illusion.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Just somehow injected through culture and education. and
Oh
shit.
man, of course. I get it.
Dear. Thank you, Isaac.
Beauty. Lucas.
Hi.
Hey, Lucas.
Mm.
Sorry, 1 second, Lucas. Come on in. Hey, Tarun. Cool, man. Thanks. Sorry about that. Oops.
Yeah, some rage in the belly. It's like coming in contact with my family still triggers so much for whatever reason.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, like I want to.
Yeah. You know, usually under rage, if we just go, just so you notice the rage, yeah?
Mm,
And there's a recognition that there's awareness here, even with the rage here, Lucas, right? That
yeah,
awareness is here.
yeah.
Yeah. And within that space of awareness, this noticing of rage, and then the movements that come with rage, yeah? You know, rage is usually wanting something to be different. And then under the rage, gently exploring. Because there, you know, what we call rage is an emotion. It's a movement away from a sensation. It's not wrong. It's not bad. It's just that it's loud. And there's a sense that there's something wrong, and that something wants it different. But all of that is based on a sensation that's kind of tricky to be just gently present with. So we're just exploring, you're aware of the rage, you're aware of the movements, you know, discomfort, feeling that in the system. Let's see what happens if we can just, okay, it's here, we didn't ask for it, didn't came by itself, it'll surely leave by itself. Yes, what is the rage tends to be loud, so that the attention kind of goes to it in a certain way. And it's unusual that we explore more subtly than that. What's underneath it? What's the sensation that's driving it?
It's like an experience of my boundaries being crossed or something, like in the belly, like a wound.
Yeah,
and something is
Yeah.
like this will never happen
Yeah.
again. So something like that.
Yeah, so you know, I could say I could use the word powerlessness, feeling
Yes.
like we don't, yeah, like our
Yes.
boundaries are being crossed and we can do nothing about it.
Yeah, something like as
Yeah.
if someone is putting his hand in my belly or something.
Yeah, yeah,
Way too close, way too much. And
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
So let's just see if we can. So the interpretation is, you know, like someone's doing something that's not in tune with me. And then deeper than that, there's something wrong with me that I don't know how to set boundaries. I don't know how to not put myself in that circumstance. Many layers to it, yeah?
Mhm.
And under that is just a sense of powerlessness. Like, just let's see if we can be with powerlessness pure. What's the feeling of powerlessness? It's like, you know, in a way, powerlessness is close to surrender in a way, you know, it's like powerlessness is still some movement to try and get away, you know, because it's unpleasant. Fuck it, I don't want to have my boundaries crossed. You know, I want to be seen, I want to be felt, or something like that. But not even you, it's just like the automatic movements that go on, you know. Let's see if we can slow it down enough that we just with the sensations, please. Just playing, exploring, no special way. We just, in a sense, not getting distracted by the resistance, yeah? So, I don't know. Is this interesting to you?
It is, but it's also like, oh, I hate it. Or something.
Okay, I get it.
God, that's
Yeah.
so. I don't want to feel this.
So honoring that, I don't want to feel it, and just then exploring. What does that not wanting to feel it do? Honoring it, please. What does it actually do, that not wanting to feel it? Does it help? Does it make it worse?
Hmm.
And that not wanting to feel it is an automatic. It's nothing you would do. It's an automatic. It just comes. Something that's fuck it, I don't want to feel this. Don't, you know. It's not you that does that. But just looking what that not wanting to feel it does. Does it help in any way?
It's like the pain is just the rage that was not expressed or something. It feels like
You
that.
see, then it looks like we got to express it or something like that. But we're going deeper than that at this moment. Sure, there's rage, no problem. There's not wanting to feel whatever's underneath the rage, no problem. But all we're doing now is we're looking at what does that not wanting to feel it do. If it's possible, maybe the rage is too strong or movement is too strong. Maybe this is not the moment to explore that, but maybe it's possible.
Yeah, there's some confusion. Like
Okay. Yeah, of course, I get it.
on the one hand side, I feel somehow I need this part to set boundaries, like on this level.
I get it,
It's
but
healthy.
yet it doesn't, it's not working, is it? I mean, it wouldn't be bad if it worked. But all we're doing is we're looking to see if it works. That's all. No, it's not wrong. It's not bad. It's, you could say it's a step to try to set boundaries. But it's trying to set boundaries from a place of powerlessness. How do we set clear boundaries when underneath the trying to set the boundaries is a sense of powerlessness?
So
I would say it's almost impossible.
So this powerlessness has to be faced, or what
Well,
do you
we're
mean?
just exploring what is powerlessness? What is the actual sensation of powerlessness? Like there's a movement to get away from it that's felt as anger and felt like the anger is the solution. If anger was the solution, then it would resolve, but it doesn't. Then it makes another problem. Oh, and now it has to express anger. But if expressing the anger was the solution, it's not, you know, I can say it like that. But we're just seeing how the system functions. And I promise you, it functions the same way in me as it does in you. It functions the same way in all of us. It's not, it's just the way it functions. It's not yours or mine or anybody's.
So what's the solution then?
So all we're doing, it's great, it's a good question. So we're here. There's another thing of boundaries having been crossed, and then the automatic response is rage. And then part of the response is our thinking, trying to help us and trying to figure out the solution. What can I do to make sure this doesn't happen again? Something is trying very hard to get away from a certain sensation. And so what we just taking the exploration into, that trying to get away from that sensation, does it help in any way, or what does it actually do? That trying to get away and try to never experience that sensation again. What does that do? Maybe it's the moment when it can be seen, maybe not. Just exploring and seeing. Doesn't mean anything about you. It's that movement to get away. What does it do? Does it help in this moment? Or does it produce something else? Not drawing any conclusions from it, just answering that question, because let's make it simple, just that question. Not looking at the ramifications of the answer or anything, just looking clearly. In this moment, that wanting to get away from that sensation, what does it do? Does it bring peace in this moment? That should be a fairly easy question to answer. Does it bring peace? And it's just yes or no.
It's like I can't even,
Yes, it's hard to answer. I can see.
I don't even know if it's getting away from something. It's like the moment I feel this sensation, this powerlessness, this wound, it turns into anger. Like,
Yes, I understand. So that anger, that which is trying to get away from that,
maybe, yeah,
does it help?
I don't know. Maybe it's just
Yeah.
some releasing of energy. I don't know. But there's no peace in this moment when it's there. No.
Yeah. So we're just looking to see. I understand that that movement happens. I understand that you don't do it. I get it. It's an automatic. And all we're looking to see, that automatic movement, does it bring peace? And the answer is no. You can see that. It's not wrong. It's not bad. It's trying to help. That's clear. And it's trying to help. And it feels like existential. That's how your system has survived till now. So it's not wrong. It's not bad. And you know, there's an honoring of it. That movement. But we're just checking in this moment. Does it help? And the answer is no. And you could see it. So honoring it, yeah. Wants to get away. And the wanting to get away doesn't bring peace. It's not wrong. It's not bad. It's done it maybe thousands and thousands and thousands of times. But it's never brought peace. It's doing its job. It's doing, you know, it's trying to help, no question. So there's an honoring of it. It's not wrong. It's not bad. It's not trying to stop it doing what it's doing. It's just a seeing that it doesn't work. It doesn't bring peace in this moment. That's all. Doesn't mean anything about you. Just that seeing what happens in your body at this moment, and just that recognition. But again, just noticing what happens by itself.
It's like it's yeah, it does not feel like it's honored. It's like it's as if it's not justified or was not justified, something like swallowing again all of this. And
So are we talking about swallowing it?
yeah, I know, but it feels like
Feels like that. Okay.
there's
We're not swallowing it.
to really be seen. It's like
We're not swallowing it. We're not suppressing it. We're not doing anything. We're not trying to get rid of the anger. We're just noticing that it's trying to help, but it doesn't help. It's not solving it.
and yet there are situations in which it would be helpful to have this power to say, like, whatever.
So then the question goes deeper. Do we need anger to be able to say stop? Or can love say no?
No, I think the anger comes from this experience from the past, like not being able to, like.
And not being able to, and still not being able to.
Hmm.
That's my question is it working? Has the anger actually helped you to say stop?
No.
No, it hasn't. That's all. It's not working. Because it's all, now humor comes back. Yeah. So, okay.
Not working. Almost like the opposite. Like,
Exactly. Beautiful. Now you're seeing it.
could you please come back later to trigger me again or something?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Lucas. Beautiful. Now the seeing is happening. Cool. So it's not wrong, it's not bad, it's trying to help, but it doesn't, that's all. And of course, the inquiry is still there. Okay, good. Something's going on and there's a deep interest to bring it to peace. We're not letting that interest go of bringing it to peace. That's clear. There's a deep inquiry happening. We're just not stopping with something that doesn't work, that only makes it worse, but only every time. Now what's happening? What do you notice just now? Just in the sea.
It's like something is, what's the word? Yeah, like trying to justify it or like fighting for it. There's like wanting to use this part, transform it. Like there's a healthy form of.
Yeah.
I mean, disappointment, or maybe.
Beautiful, beautiful to notice. Okay.
I feel the power in this is like it wants
You
to.
see, that's the thing. It's like the anger comes because we feel powerlessness, and it's trying to get the power back, but it doesn't bring the power back because it's built on powerlessness. The foundation is powerlessness. So the expression of anger is not powerful, even though it looks to some extent powerful, but it's not. It's an expression of powerlessness. So we're looking, what's the true power? What enables that capacity to say, no, I'm not interested. You know, I'm not going to participate in this anymore. It's enough.
It's like taking the punch or something.
Yeah, it's no. It's in the end like Aikido. You see the punch coming and something moves out the way and brings it to peace.
But what is this moving out of the way? Like
It's seeing, okay, your family, do they have the capacity to recognize that they're going over your boundaries?
no.
They don't. Okay. They don't have that capacity.
And it doesn't help to tell them 10 times.
And it doesn't help, they don't have that capacity. That not having the capacity to recognize your boundaries. What does it mean about them? Is that something they would choose? Does it mean that they don't love? Or it just means their systems are confused.
In a way, it's my mother's way to express her love. Like she's
Far out.
it's not like
Far out.
she's coming to
So
me.
whenever she crosses your boundaries, once you know that, you just go, yes, Mom, I get that you love me. And this is a very clumsy way of showing it.
It's not like they're insulting me or something. It's like a moment
No.
full of sorrow and
It's-
wanting to be in contact with me and
Yeah.
wanting to know. And
Because I know this from my own experience, like with my parents, it's like every time I would see them, they would cross my boundaries until there was a moment when I recognized that was the way that they showed love. And then something changed in me. I went, oh shit, it's just a very clumsy expression of love.
Mm.
Something in me went, okay, that's just, they don't have a choice. It must be terribly painful for them. They don't know how to, and they see that it causes a reaction in me. They could see that, but they didn't know how to do it differently. They felt completely stuck. They want to show their love and they don't know how. They only have this clumsy way. But when I got it, and I could see just what you saw now, that's your mom's way of showing you that she loves you. Still from a dualistic point of view and all that. It's just confused, that's all. She doesn't have a choice. If she did, she would never do it like that.
it's like it comes from some place of need in her, and it feels like
Absolutely,
it's
absolutely.
like getting sick of it. I can't help.
Yeah,
It's like
no problem. But just to see, actually, it's her way of showing love.
Mm.
What happens when you see it like that? Not trying to change her, not trying to fix her, just seeing it. That's the capacity that's there. It's confused, it is what it is. It might never change, Lucas.
oh,
What happens?
I'm coming in touch with this needy energy. I feel it myself, and I feel it.
Beautiful,
My mom.
beautiful, beautiful.
And
And what's it like to be present to that needy energy?
I'm immediately feeling like sick in the belly.
Okay, yeah, and just being gently present to them, not trying to fix it or change it. That needy energy, is that an adult organization or a young organization?
It's like infant.
Infant, good. So you're getting in touch with some old organization in your system. And now you're meeting that as an adult. That young organization that's needy. Yes, you see it. Can you hold that young organization in your heart?
And then this itching happens.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's really like screaming, nobody's coming or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
And you coming now, for the first time, you there, you present with that screaming. Can you hold that screaming baby? Not making it wrong, not suppressing it, not chasing it away, but only just meeting it. Okay, yes, it's young organization, screaming. You see it, you pick it up, hold it. Tell it, I'm here, I'm not going anywhere.
oh, the moment I really feel it, like,
Yeah.
it's like my body's doing this,
Yeah, that's okay.
like shying away from it and
Yeah.
escaping.
Up to now, it's always run away from it. But right now, you're seeing it. You're not putting it outside and blaming your mom for it. You're just seeing this young organization.
It's strange.
Doesn't mean anything about you. If it knew differently, it would function differently. It doesn't. Up to now, it hasn't known how to function differently. But you're seeing it in a different way now, in this mind. And what's it like to see it in a different way right now?
Take some time, I think, to
Yeah, take your time, it's okay. And look, we've come to the end of our 2 hours, and you're welcome to come again, but on your own, just gently explore it. And tell me next time if you can, next time that you can, and we can go further with this.
Okay.
Cool.
What was that?
Welcome.
Is that something before? No.
No, there's a lady would come here to do some work. But
Okay, thank you.
yeah, welcome. Cool. Okay, beloveds. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Sylvie, for hosting. Love, peace, beauty. Ciao for now.